Every 11 seconds, an older adult in the US is rushed to the ER because of a fall. But what if 5 small walking adjustments could protect your balance, restore your confidence, and help you feel strong again? In this video, you'll discover 5 simple walking tricks that are helping thousands of seniors stop falling fast. No gym, no special equipment, just smart, gentle movements anyone can do, starting today. Whether you're recovering from a fall or just feeling unsteady, these tips will show you how to walk with control, improve your posture, and feel safer with every step. If you're over 60 and want to stay independent, this might be one of the most practical videos you'll ever watch. Like this video to support more helpful content. Subscribe to the channel for weekly tips on senior strength and fall prevention. And comment 0 below if you're ready to start walking with confidence again. Let's take that first step together. Walking trick number 1 is simple but powerful. Choose your path before you walk. It's not about walking longer or faster. It's about walking smarter. Before you take your first step, you should already feel safe. And that safety doesn't come from how you move. It comes from where you move. Many older adults don't realize that the biggest risk in their daily walk isn't their posture or pace. It's the sidewalk itself. Broken pavement, cracked curbs, poor lighting. These small hazards can turn a peaceful walk into a dangerous challenge, especially after 60, when your reaction time and joint stability naturally change. What's worse, these environmental dangers often appear in familiar places: your neighborhood, the path to the mailbox, even the sidewalk near the pharmacy. Because we're used to these routes, we stop noticing the cracks, the slope, or the missing light post. But ignoring those risks won't protect you. Evelyn, a 72-year-old widow in Ohio, used to walk every evening after dinner. She loved the quiet time and the cool air, but after 2 nasty falls, one on a raised sidewalk and another on a loose brick, her world shrank. She stopped walking altogether. The fear of falling again was stronger than her desire to keep moving. Then one morning, a neighbor told her about the high school track that was open to the public. Flat, smooth, well lit, even at dusk. It sounded simple, but to Evelyn, it was a lifeline. She visited the track that afternoon. She didn't rush. She didn't push herself. She just walked, no cracks, no stress. And for the first time in months, she didn't feel like a fall was hiding around every corner. That's the power of a pre-planned safe route. You reduce anxiety before your muscles even engage. Your body walks better when your brain feels calm. That calmness allows your steps to become smoother, your back to straighten, and your breath to relax. It creates a feedback loop of confidence, starting with the ground beneath your feet. You don't have to overhaul your life. You don't need a personal trainer. Just take 10 minutes to look around your neighborhood. Audit your usual walking path. Are there broken tiles? Are there slopes you always forget about? Are you walking under poor lighting, especially in the evening? If so, consider alternatives. Many school campuses have public tracks. Some supermarkets open early with calm, clean aisles perfect for indoor walking. Community centers often have walking loops built for safety. Even malls before opening hours are great options. And if you must walk outdoors, go during daylight. Choose well-maintained sidewalks and stay close to areas with steady foot traffic. At first, it might feel strange to break your routine, but what you're doing is rebuilding your foundation, literally. Walking should not feel like navigating a minefield. It should feel like movement with dignity. And that feeling starts with the route you choose. Have you ever stopped walking somewhere because it didn't feel safe? Have you noticed little things like loose gravel or bad lighting that made you second-guess your steps? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else see their own risk more clearly. And if you've already found a safe route that works for you, tell us where and why it feels good. Let's make walking safer together. Now, if you think choosing your path ahead of time makes a difference, wait until you learn where you should. Be looking while you walk. The next trick surprised even Evelyn, and it might completely change the way you see your steps. Walking trick number 2 is all about where you look. It's called the 4-step gaze, and it can quietly change the way you move through your day. Most people don't think twice about where they're looking when they walk. They either stare straight down at their feet, afraid of missing a crack in the ground, or they glance far ahead, distracted by what's coming next. But neither of those habits helps. In fact, they both increase your risk of tripping, misstepping, or reacting too late. For older adults, especially those recovering from a fall or struggling with confidence, this habit can become a hidden danger. It feels like you're being careful by watching your toes, but what you're really doing is robbing your body of the time it needs to respond. The brain needs just a second to notice, process, and act on visual information. And when your eyes are too close or too far, second disappears. That's where this walking trick makes all the difference. The 4-step gaze simply means training your eyes to land about 4 steps ahead of your body. That space is your sweet spot. It's close enough to catch small hazards, like a loose stone or curled edge of a rug, but far enough that your brain has time to respond. You don't need perfect eyesight or fancy technique, just a little awareness and a shift in habit. Evelyn, who once struggled to even step outside after her fall in the driveway, learned this the hard way. She loved her backyard garden, but the narrow paths were littered with hazards, hoses, stepping stones, and low branches. At first, she'd tiptoe through it, staring at her shoes, tightening her grip on every step. It didn't help. One day she tripped again, this time over the garden hose, and that moment pushed her to try something new. With guidance, she began using the 4-step gaze. At first, it felt unnatural. She had to remind herself to stop looking at her feet. But the shift was immediate. Within days, she noticed fewer close calls. Her mind felt clearer. Her steps had rhythm again, and most importantly, her fear started to fade. It didn't happen because the garden changed. It happened because she changed how she looked at it. That's the power of something so small. It doesn't just help your body move better. It tells your brain, "I've got this." A simple adjustment that helps you move through the world with more peace, more presence, and less fear. So how do you begin? Start in a safe space, maybe the hallway of your home or a quiet sidewalk. Take a few slow steps and pick a visual. Target about 4 steps ahead. Keep your eyes there, not your toes. Walk with intention, not hesitation. If it feels strange, that's okay. All new habits do. With time, your body will adjust and it will become second nature. Have you ever caught yourself staring at your feet while walking? Or maybe looking too far ahead and missing something right in front of you? Let us know in the comments. Your experience could help someone else realize they're not alone. And if you've ever walked a familiar path and still stumbled, this might be the missing piece. And speaking of small shifts that make a big difference, the next trick is something most people never think about, but it's hiding in your upper body. You won't want to miss how something as simple as the way your arms move can instantly change your balance. Walking trick number 3 is to let your arms move freely when you walk. It may sound simple, even unnecessary, but it's one of the most underrated tools for balance and posture, especially as we age. Too often, older adults instinctively keep their arms stiff at their sides. Maybe it's because they feel safer that way, like they're holding their body together. Or maybe it's just habit. But this frozen upper body posture actually throws your whole rhythm off. When your arms stop moving, your balance shifts entirely to your lower body, and that's a lot of pressure on your hips, knees, and feet. You might start walking slower, you might start leaning slightly forward, and over time you may feel more unstable and tired, even during short walks. That's why this small adjustment, allowing your arms to swing naturally, isn't just about form. It's about freeing your movement and redistributing effort throughout your body. Here's how it works. Your arms and legs are naturally designed to move in opposition. When your left foot steps forward, your right arm should swing forward too, and vice versa. This simple cross-pattern motion helps balance your steps, engage your core, and keep your spine aligned. Think of it as your body's own built-in stabilizer. Evelyn, the woman we've been following, had always kept her arms stiff when walking. After her fall, she became even more rigid. She thought control meant safety. But what she didn't realize was that by holding her arms in place, she was throwing off her entire center of gravity. When she began practicing this trick, just for a few minutes a day, she noticed a change. At first, she felt awkward, unsure if she was doing it right. But with a little time, her walk began to flow. Her posture lifted, her shoulders relaxed. And perhaps most importantly, she said she felt like she was walking with her whole body again, not just surviving each step. This one habit helped her walk farther without fatigue and move more confidently in public. It's amazing how something so small can unlock a deeper sense of strength and freedom. Letting your arms swing isn't just about mechanics. It's a message to your mind. I trust my body. I'm not holding tension. I'm letting go. So how do you try this safely? Begin indoors, maybe along a hallway or in your backyard. Stand tall, relax your shoulders, let your arms hang loosely at your sides. Then begin walking slowly and allow your arms to swing gently, matching your steps. You don't need to exaggerate the motion. It shouldn't look forced, just a soft, natural sway. With time, your body will remember this rhythm. It's built into your nervous system. If you've ever watched a confident walker, you'll see it. They move as one whole unit. Have you ever noticed your arms while you walk? Do you tend to hold them tight, or do they move freely? Try it today and see what changes. Let us know in the comments. Even 5 minutes of mindful walking with natural arm movement can make a difference. And if this helped ease your steps, wait until you learn what happens when you shift how your feet hit the ground. The next trick might feel strange at first, but it strengthens you from the ground up. Walking trick number 4 is all about how your feet meet the ground. It's called the heel-to-toe step, and it's one of the most effective ways to improve balance, strengthen your legs, and prevent falls, especially for older adults. Many people, as they age, begin to walk differently without even noticing. They shuffle, they drag their feet, they plant their whole foot flat at once. Often, this is a response to fear of slipping, fear of instability, or simply the body's way of compensating for weak muscles or stiff joints. But here's the problem. Flat-footed walking doesn't make you safer. It actually reduces your body's ability to adjust quickly. Your steps become heavier, slower, and less coordinated. And over time, this can increase your risk of tripping over small obstacles, losing balance, or feeling fatigued during even short walks. That's where the heel-to-toe step comes in. This technique simply means placing your heel down first with each step, then rolling forward through your foot and finishing at the toe. It sounds small, but it activates the entire leg, from your ankle and calf to your thigh and hip. It also encourages your body to stay upright rather than leaning forward or slouching. Most importantly, it gives your steps direction and flow. Evelyn, who once relied on short, cautious steps after her fall, had no idea her walking pattern was contributing to her instability. She told me she often felt like she was teetering, even when the ground was flat. After learning about heel-to-toe steps, she decided to give it a try. At first, it felt awkward. Her body wasn't used to moving that way. But she started slowly, just a few minutes a day, walking from her kitchen to her front door. She paid attention to the rhythm. Heel, roll, toe. Within a week, she noticed her balance improving. Her legs felt stronger. And something else happened. She stopped gripping the walls for support. That's the power of a small shift done with intention. This one habit transformed how she walked and how she felt about walking. She no longer feared every step. She started enjoying them. This technique doesn't require special shoes, expensive training, or a big commitment. It just needs a bit of awareness. You can start inside your home, using a hallway or the living room floor. Walk slowly. Feel the ground under your heel first, then gently roll forward. Try to keep your posture upright and your steps deliberate. Don't rush. If your balance feels unsteady, use a countertop or sturdy chair as a guide. Over time, this motion becomes natural. And the best part, it helps prevent the muscle loss and joint stiffness that often make walking harder in later years. Have you ever caught yourself shuffling your feet, especially when you're tired or distracted? Do you feel more unsteady after long walks? Share your experience in the comments. You might be surprised how many people feel the same. Even a few minutes of heel-to-toe walking a day can bring back that feeling of control. It's a reminder. Feel that your body still listens if you know how to lead it gently. And speaking of control, the next walking trick is less about how you move and more about when you pause. This next habit helped Evelyn feel grounded again, and it might do the same for you. Walking trick number 5 is a quiet but powerful practice. Pause every 20 steps and balance. It may sound unnecessary, but this short moment of stillness can improve your body's awareness, strengthen your core, and help prevent dangerous missteps. Most older adults develop the habit of walking on autopilot, especially when heading somewhere specific, down the driveway, through a parking lot, or across a grocery store. They tend to focus only on the destination. The body keeps moving, even when the mind is tired. But that non-stop motion, especially in aging bodies, often leads to imbalance, fatigue, or a sense of disconnect. Your legs may keep going, but your posture begins to drift. Your steps become uneven, and before you know it, a minor distraction, like a pebble or an unexpected curb, can turn into a fall. That's why this trick matters. By stopping every 20 steps and holding your balance for just 10 seconds, you create a reset point for your whole body. It's a check-in, not a chore. During this pause, you plant both feet firmly, straighten your spine, tighten your core slightly, and simply feel yourself standing tall. You become aware of how your weight is distributed. You breathe, refocus, and continue. It's not exercise, it's attention. And that attention rewires how your body walks. Evelyn started using this trick when walking through her neighborhood after dinner. Before that, she would push herself to walk the full loop without stopping, afraid that if she paused, she might lose momentum or confidence. But after learning about the balance reset, she decided to try it. 20 steps in, she stopped under a tree, placed her feet shoulder-width apart, took a breath, 10 seconds, then walked again. At first, it felt strange, almost like she was interrupting herself. But by the third pause, she noticed something. Her mind felt clearer. Her steps felt lighter. She was no longer rushing or bracing. She was walking with intention. Within a week, Evelyn said something changed. She didn't feel like she was getting through her walk anymore. She felt like she was owning it. That's the power of presence. Just like meditation isn't about sitting still but noticing your breath, this trick isn't about stopping but reconnecting. It transforms walking from a task into a practice, something mindful, something yours. To try it, start in a space where you feel safe, your hallway, your backyard, or a familiar sidewalk. Count your steps out loud or in your mind. When you reach 20, stop. Stand with feet aligned beneath your hips. Keep your knees soft, not locked. Pull your shoulders gently back. Engage your abdomen slightly and hold that position. Focus on the feeling of being grounded, centered. Then continue. Do this for just 5 minutes each day, and over time, you'll notice a shift. Your balance will feel more stable. Your thoughts are less scattered, and your walks are more peaceful. Have you ever felt like your body was moving but your mind wasn't fully there? Or noticed that your balance worsens when you're distracted or tired? If so, share your story below. You're not alone, and your experience could help someone else feel understood. And now that you've learned how to pause with power, it's time to bring everything together. Because walking isn't just about what you do with your feet or arms, it's about how your entire body moves in harmony. Let's explore how combining these 5 habits can transform not just how you walk, but how you live. Falling doesn't have to be part of aging. With these 5 simple walking tricks, planning safer routes, scanning ahead, swinging your arms, using heel-to-toe steps, and pausing to balance, you can regain control, feel steady, and walk with quiet confidence. These aren't just tips. They're daily habits that protect your independence, strengthen your body, and give you back something many seniors quietly lose over time. Trust in your own steps. You don't need fancy equipment or long routines. What you need is awareness, consistency, and the belief that small changes can create a lasting impact. If any of these habits reminded you of something you've struggled with or improved, please share your story in the comments below. Your experience could guide or comfort someone else. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more real-world wisdom to help you walk strong, live long, and age with clarity, balance, and calm. You deserve to feel safe, one step at a time.